My name is Dr. Jolene Ross. Shayna has been working with us for 20 to 25 years and has grown with our business and with the needs of our business. We were providing neurofeedback services, and so we saw a lot of people that were neurologically disabled in many, many ways. Our job was to improve their functioning. Her job was to help us figure out, okay, how do we market this? We have to get out into the universe. She ran staff, she ultimately ended up hiring and firing, and she just grew with our business, learned the skills she needed so that our business could succeed as much as possible. Shayna is so fastidious and so meticulous when it comes to finances, and I mean across the board. And then her ability to really listen and hear what is needed and really understand people's capacity and so on, so that she can direct things, but also she's pacing things. She is very meticulous, to say the least. There isn't a penny that gets dropped on the floor. It's absolutely impressive. She ran our staff, and she was very, very good at that. She was very good at hiring. She's very clear. She puts things into real, honest-to-Pete, plain English. She doesn't get annoyed if you don't understand or whatever. I mean, she will just do whatever it takes to make sure that the concepts are clear. When you're in business with your family, you really have to have very clear boundaries, and that developed as part of her style, so that she's very much aware of what her role is, how to execute her role, and how to keep it, if you will, clean. We need to revamp our website, so she has taken the reins on all of that, finding us someone to rebuild the website, make changes to the business name, a whole lot of all of that sort of strategic kind of what do we do now that we want to redirect things, we want to build on what we have so that we're not just throwing it all out, but by the same token, we need to change it so that it's found. So as a business coach, she really is the one that takes the lead, and she's the one that's doing all the networking, that's learning all of this sort of stuff and has this body of knowledge. And so she's the one that says, and we have to do this, so we're going to meet with so-and-so. She's really setting things up so that we make the decisions together, but she's the one that's really leading the way and directing, very much directing the show. She's very direct. She doesn't pull punches, but not in a mean or a difficult way. So you can understand what's going on. And it's her leadership. It's really, we need to do this. That, I think, is extremely important. The other thing is she's going to get things done that need to get done. When COVID hit, it really hit our practice very hard, because you can't do neurofeedback if you can't go near your clients. People were still calling up and saying, I'm not coming in, I've got COVID. The last minute, we couldn't fill a seat. It just wasn't a viable practice anymore. So now we had to close down a whole practice. So we've got this 5-course symphony going on that all of which had to be managed at once with deadlines. And she did it. Things get done, they get done on time, things get paid on time, everything is set up appropriately and effectively so that everything works. And I think, what more can you ask for? So rather than saying, what do you think we should do about this? She'll say, here's the problem, here's what I think we ought to do, and here's how we're going to do it. I think one of the biggest differences is that her relationship is not with the book. Her relationship is with the business and the people in the business, and all of the rest serves those goals, rather than being in relationship with the books. When we were doing neurofeedback, she was behind the building of the practice in a lot of ways. That's why we were able to go from a couple of rooms to a bunch of rooms of running people multiply and more employees, and increased our revenues. She completes whatever work she can to facilitate the progress of the project, whatever that project is, to grow their business, to have someone they can rely on that is going to do exactly what needs to be done from a financial perspective, not just with a narrow view of the books, but a much broader view of, okay, here are the books and how do we grow this? And what are some possible strategies? And then really the relationship understanding, I think, with each of her clients, where are we headed? Her value to us has been her meticulousness more than I think anything else. And also her vision, her planning, her ability to take a broader view and look ahead.